If you're familiar with video games, you probably know the idea of anti-piracy measures, whether it be showing an anti-piracy screen or making areas inaccessible to progress in. This has been a method of preventing third-party methods of obtaining games basically since the inception of retail gaming. And one of the companies that has prominently put this into use is Nintendo, especially on the original DS, with a prominent example being The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks, which makes it to where you can't progress after a certain point. But, what if I told you there is an untouched rabbit hole of anti-piracy screens that seem to be forgotten about, and maybe even in some cases, lost from the general public? You'd probably be skeptical, and that today is what we are going to find out about. In early October, YouTube user Joey Perloni uploaded a video of an alleged anti-piracy screen for Mario Party DS, while also going on to upload other findings from the anti-piracy measures for that game. The interesting thing about the screen being that seemingly no one has talked about it before the inception of this video. Apparently, not only is there the screen itself, but if you also go to the item shop, you get some intriguing dialogue from the shopkeeper, who says, "I don't serve criminals," and then you are thrown into the mole minigame, where you can't do anything. Once you get caught, you're taken to the piracy screen. There are also more videos, such as an extended song for the soundtrack, and 2 more videos showing different events that could lead up to getting the anti-piracy screen, such as failing the Final 5 Frenzy, and getting a very strange forced character removal sequence. At its core, these fakes are really well made, and if it wasn't obvious already, these anti-piracy videos are hoaxes. But this one in particular is extremely well made. And Mario Party DS is only the catalyst of another new Nintendo hoax trend, in the same vein as the Super Mario 64 hoaxes from a while back that started the beginning of my channel. And you know, speaking of Super Mario 64...
It's me, Mario!
The Super Mario 64 Beta Archive is an ARG that completely deserves its own video one day. But the most popular upload, and the one that's most interesting for this topic, is the supposed anti-piracy screen. This one in particular can be noted as the catalyst for all the other anti-piracy screens to come up, even more so than the Mario Party DS one, with this one dating it by a couple of weeks. It's a lot shorter and has a lot less going on, but its presentation makes it feel extremely authentic, and it even fooled me when I first saw it. But other than that, this trend of fake anti-piracy screens started to skyrocket in the past week of me making this video. Trust me, I'm not the first to cover this topic, and I'm probably not going to be the last from what I've been seeing. But something I don't really see people talking about in a lot of these videos is why do we find such a fascination in fake anti-piracy screens out of all things? Of course, you can bring this back to fake Nintendo rumors, weird, extremely advanced hardware personalization theories, iceberg charts, you name it. But I feel this in particular is having a rise recently because of a lot of the controversies Nintendo is getting themselves in recently. As a lot of people know already, Nintendo doesn't really have the best track record when it comes to appealing to fans at a business standpoint. Nintendo will strike down any sort of non-profit fan game, sometimes soundtrack rips, and even tried copywriting Let's Play videos a while ago. It's safe to say that when it comes to business decisions, Nintendo really isn't the brightest. And that's exactly why I believe stuff like the anti-piracy screens in particular are getting very popular, with a lot of these games being way after their life cycle. It can be really hard to get a copy of these games, and in a lot of cases even harder to get the hardware to play these games, especially with how overpriced they can be. In a lot of ways, emulation is the only way we can still archive and experience these games from this era. Especially since Nintendo seems to refuse to re-release them on things such as the Nintendo Switch Virtual Console. In conclusion, I think these lost Nintendo anti-piracy screens are a way to build off of classic gaming mysteries, as well as a slight commentary on the state of Nintendo as a company, with Nintendo's poor job of keeping old games afloat, as well as shutting down third-party ways to play these games in the present. And that is what I think this mystery is trying to tell us. Alright, I wanted to cover this topic as quickly as I could, meaning I dropped everything currently to make this. Episode 2 of Below the Waves should be coming out sometime in January. Other than that though, I plan on having a lot of things happen with the channel in the upcoming months. It should be really exciting, so stay on the lookout for news regarding that in the future. Other than that, I'll get back to work on my other projects. See ya!